I've just spilled some raw goat's milk on my genital area, so there's that. But anyway, I wanted to make this video because this is the second time this has happened this month. Not me spilling milk on my genital area. That probably happens multiple times per day. What's happened multiple times this month is me basically unconsciously taking a trip to the farm to acquire certain nutritional necessities. And I say necessities because that's what they are. They are necessities. And this is the whole important part of this video. There was no premeditated plan today to go to the farm and acquire a bunch of goods. It was not a monthly or weekly stock up. I simply got out of bed and something beyond conscious thought, something beyond conscious planning made me get my ass up, get in my car, and drive to the farm because my body needed something. These farm trips have made me realize, truly, that I've gotten to the point now where my body knows what it wants. It knows what it needs. And not in a weird way. We're talking about nutrition here. This is milk. Okay? I went about 3 months without drinking any milk, raw milk. And a couple weeks ago, this same thing happened. There was no plan to get milk. I simply got up, I got in my car, and took 2 hours, if not more, because, you got to hang out, you got to pet the dogs, you got to pet the cows, you got to moo at them a little bit. So 2-3 hours out of my busy day to go drive and get milk spontaneously. Because my body knew exactly what it wanted. And so what is the purpose of this video? Is this, oh, good job, Joey. You're able to intuitively know what your body needs. You needed milk. You needed mommy. The point is, many people are trying to diet. Many people are trying to stay consistent with what they eat. And a lot of people these days, they say, listen to your body. But if your body is telling you to eat Sour Patch Kids, and your body is telling you to eat chicken tenders, then when you listen to your body, you're going to be completely misled. And it's not your body that is misleading you. It's the data sets in your mind that you have attached to these cravings. So I'm going to tell you right now how you can just fix all of this, because it's not actually that hard. So you too can get to the point where you have a spontaneous farm trip, know exactly what your body needs, and then, after drinking this milk, I feel a lot better. I feel a whole lot better, because this was the exact nutrition my body was asking for. And I didn't have to do any scientific research in order to know that. All I had to do was listen to my body, but you can only begin to listen to your body when you have the proper data sets installed into your brain. So how do we go about installing these data sets? It's actually rather simple. Now, I must warn you, this requires an ounce of discipline, just a little bit, okay? So don't worry. Step one of the process is going through something called palate cleansing, okay? So you need to stick to something for a long enough period of time to where you begin to forget what it's like to eat the normal bullshit foods that you eat. So for example, let's say you were to go on a raw carnivore diet for a month. It's 30 days, right? If you cannot have the discipline to only eat raw meat for 30 days, then you're not going to make it anyway. But what happens when you go through this process is your palate gets cleansed. And you'll find that just eating raw meat probably doesn't do it for you. You're going to feel a whole lot better if you've been eating shit beforehand, but your body throughout this process is going to ask you for other things. Your body might ask you for some milk, it might ask you for some cheese, it might ask you for some Sour Patch Kids, it might ask you for some tiramisu, it might ask you for your favorite pasta from a fancy Italian restaurant. It doesn't matter. All you're gonna do is be consistent for 30 days, and you're going to see what happens in terms of your cravings. You're just going to observe. You're going to observe your body. You're going to ask yourself, okay, what does my body want right now? If that's pasta, just make a note. I want pasta, right? I just did a really hard workout, and now my body wants to replenish with pasta and pizza, okay? I woke up today, and I was craving some Sour Patch Kids. I woke up today, and I wanted some chocolate. But you're not going to act on any of these things. You're simply going to stay consistent, let's say with your raw carnivore diet for a specific amount of time. And then here's what you do after you have gone through this process of cleansing your palate. what you do is you begin to introduce many different foods of extreme nutritional value. And the purpose when you begin to introduce these into your diet isn't to say, okay, somebody said this has lots of nutritional value, so now I'm going to eat a little bit of it every single day, even if I don't crave it. If you don't crave it, that's okay. What you're gonna do is you're trying all these foods not to indefinitely incorporate them into your diet. You're trying them so that you're replacing the data sets in your brain of the Sour Patch Kids and the cooked bullshit pasta. So what you're actually doing is giving your brain reference points to these real foods that hold nutritional value. And I'll give you an example of how this has played out. Now, obviously you have the milk example we just talked about, me going to the farm multiple times this month, knowing that my body wanted some milk. And then after I drank the milk, I felt much better. I know that I can intuitively eat now because this also happened with liver. Now, when I first tried liver, it wasn't a crazy experience. I was like, okay, that tastes like liver. That's fine. It's liver. I didn't force myself to continue to eat liver if I didn't feel like I wanted liver. Months later, after trying liver for the first time, I woke up one day and I thought, I want some fucking liver right now. So I went to the store, I got some liver, and I started eating it. Because my brain actually had the memory of what liver tasted like and the nutritional benefit that was flowing through my veins through the experience of just trying it one time. I had a similar experience with fermented milk. I tried fermented milk for the first time. It honestly made me feel kind of weird. It tasted kind of gross. Months later, I woke up one day and my body said, it's time for fermented milk. Ferment that shit right now. So I took some milk, I left it out for days, swirled it up, and I drank it. And I felt better after doing so. So here's my point. You don't have to force yourself to eat anything you don't want to eat. If you smell something and it's off-putting, chances are you're not meant to be eating it. If you taste something and you really don't like how it tastes, then it's okay. You don't need to force yourself to eat stuff just because someone on the internet told you to. Because they're telling you to listen to your body, and then they're also telling you, you need to eat raw liver every day to clear up all your acne. It's contradictory, okay? What you need to do, cleanse your palate, go through that small time period of discipline to actually begin to reset your cravings, and then little by little, start introducing foods with immense nutritional value, and let your body do the rest. Your body will remember the first time you ate liver. Your body will remember the first time you had raw milk. Your body remembers all of it, so long as you're not constantly feeding it with new bullshit context. So give yourself the context. Give yourself the right context. Start eating superfoods. You don't have to become attached to eating them every single day to fix your health or cure your acne or get rid of your brain fog, whatever the fuck. Just try them. Cleanse your palate, try them, and stay away from feeding your body what you know is not good for you. And the body will handle the rest. Trust it. It will tell you. The problem everyone is facing right now, even people who decide to eat healthy, is the abundance of food access everyone has. You have access to Whole Foods. You have access to kombucha. You have access to kefir. You have access to liver. You have access to pizza. You have access to salad. You have access to sushi. You have access to all these things. And everyone on the internet is telling you, yeah, eat that, eat that. This is good for your gut. This will heal your skin. Meanwhile, you never learned how to actually listen to what your body was telling you. Right? And maybe you even did learn how to listen to what your body's telling you because, sometimes it tells you loudly, but you didn't feed it the context necessary to make better decisions. So don't hate your body for telling you to eat certain things. Replace the context at which it operates so that when it tells you to eat certain things, those are the things you actually know that will provide you with an immense amount of ROI for your health and wellness. Anyway, if you made it this far, I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Go the fuck outside, get some sunlight, and I love you more than you could possibly imagine.